I've plenty of fighters for hire. Experts in... Oh,
Hail, friend, and remember, in Lucian's love there can be no wrong.
I've got sword fighters, mages, archers, all willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
I expect Malady has an answer to that. It's paradise away, not an actual. I miss it. I miss that only as off when I invoke Gareth.
This shrine fills you with... A dying shark lies gasping on the sand. It gasps in the air, struggling for the breath to speak.
No! Die here! Monsters in the water! Monsters in the deep! Monsters bigger! More and more!
It looks at you with its cold, flat eyes as if to say, do what you will. Then it turns away and gets back.
A boy at swim. Your name is Joe. You're 9. You're brave. You're off to see your mum.
A shadow moves below you. A jagged vice closes on your thigh and pulls you down. Water fills your lungs. Blood billows.
That Voidwoken has someone in its claws. What happened here? A shipment to Fort Joy.
Can't be real.
But what happened
Not real.
here?
Not happening.
White as driftwood salt, the dwarf flinches at your approach, yet
Back! Get back! I'll kill you, just like the rest of them.
she slumps, all bravado draining from her.
No. I've never seen anything like those beasts before. Are they gone?
Her eyes widen and lose focus, as though she's seeing something played out before them.
Those? Yes. Worst ones I've ever seen. Ripped through the Magisters. The dwarves. Dead. And
Her eyes stare vacantly into the distance, glassy as marbles.
I don't know. I don't know. Old Duna's beard. Lohar. No. No. I don't know. I don't know.
She flinches at the slightest rustle of wind through the long grass. Terror in her eyes, she stumbles away from you. You remember a cold childhood in a no-hope fishing town, bullied mercilessly by a dwarf named Lohar. With no other prospects, you sign up as a magister, eager for the power denied you all your life. You twist your head around as the magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you. Eloisa was the prettiest girl, not to others, but to you. Her luminous eyes shone brighter than the moon. The day you collared her for Fort Joy. From the dark, you stare up at the thin slivers of light visible between the floorboards. Shadows ripple across the slivers, accompanied by heavy footsteps, magister footsteps. Wood creaks above your head. One of them has paused. Your breath catches in your throat as you wait for him to move along. But the hatch is suddenly yanked open. You hear only one gruffly barked... Work. That's all there was in Driftwood for a dwarf. You stride past the chained sorcerers and climb onto the caravan without... He offers only a bleary-eyed stare of disinterest. After all, don't they... Collared by magisters in the far north, you were force-marched to this foreign land. Warm red wine flows down your throat. The languor of a tavern evening soothes you.
You Ben Mezd? Yep, that's just what he said you'd say, Ifan. Righto, got a message for you. Chap called Baron Laveri wants to see you. Black Bull Tavern.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off.
Yeah, guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. Stick with me, kid. Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidvoken's gross gullet piece by piece.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Port Elf, what word do you bring?
The younger one grows pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff, as if enduring a harsh...
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
He nods his head in the direction of the bridge, but offers no other instruction.
Do you ever think about running off? Like Barmby and Sam?
The Magister smiles, but he does not make eye contact with you. He shifts his weight from the left foot to the right.
Thank the Seven I've Oldest to guide me in these...
He mumbles a good... The silent monk's stitched lips are the colour of sea. The expected happened. The silent monk, like every...
This town looks peaceful.
Bring that back!
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't always be sweeping, I'll be riding horseback. We dwarves had a kingdom, and a proud knight was...
You can't go in there, missus. The Meister isn't home and the Magister's locked her out. They was very angry about it. They said mean things about the Meister and they left a mess, a big one. She's my friend. She was one of the Magisters once. She was very high up. She used to look for... But then she stopped that. I'm not allowed outside the village.
She's not so sure.
When the wind blows from over the stream, I can hear I can hear her...
She gives you a look of the darkest meaning. Then she takes a deep breath, puts on a happy smile...
I've enough strife trying to earn a bit of coin without having the likes of you eyeballing me as well.
That's it. Barrels in the chest. On a double. You too, Julian. Something's done now. Don't let up now. Keep holding that cargo.
cargo!
Raspy gusts of breath wheeze from the creature's badly...
That's it. The barrels and the chests on the double.
These sacks weigh like lead. It's a disgrace I have
You
to
too,
toil
Julian.
like this. I'm a magistrate.
Go on, you mute sacks of flesh! Put your backs into it! I'll not lose another day to the tide! The Lord Dread awaits! Its sails billow!
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that decision! That, tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods? Of course you haven't. We've only just met.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh turns wet.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood. Oh, no. That won't do at all. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a source hound yapping by my... There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and...
Interesting. So I... Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. No doubt a trustee of Dallas. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think, but they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule, a beast of burden. But some defy that. I've need of a rat catcher. Did I give you the illusion you have a choice? I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask and he will.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them?
For a few moments, his hand hangs motionless in the air, then is withdrawn with a swift and determined...
Hard feelings it is. The illusion of choice. Remember, time has come, my stitched lovelies.
These sacks weigh like...
Get on board and man your stations.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes. None...
You, the so-called friend of Dallas. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Oh, I'm ever so pleased you changed your mind. Given that it's... Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone. By the Bishop's bones, you saw it. Out with it, woman. What happened? Void woken? That means Source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. Raymond, that old goat. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ship sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan... Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to... There's a local thug. It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. But where it's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of... Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working in behalf of Queen Justinia, they've always been snakes in the grass. Queen Justinia will stop at nothing. She's a tyrant and a master strategist to boot. In that case, go forth,
doing, missus?
The little boy looks at you. He picks his nose.
You be careful.
No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here. We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim.
He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy.
Fort Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back. Cool. How did you know that?
Mrs., have you seen our...
Tell them the truth about Joe. They have to grow up some...
The horror grows on their lips.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg in that icky...
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again. They're inconsolable.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think too much. You're safe among
Water
friends.
looks nice.
Never forget it.
This fish is ugly.
Joe's gone a bit long
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You, stranger! What are you doing here?
Grumbling, the
I miss Joe.
Your little tricks won't work on me, Ben Mezd.
She considers your...
How much? So much? You have to be hiding something. And I'm... Now, come on. Back into a cage where you belong. Your little tricks won't work on me, Ben Mezd.
The Magister grabs the...
Get out of here. And don't...
Good day to you. Can you believe the prices these thieves are charging? It's treason, if you ask me.
What a sturdy elf you are. A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick, all right.
Thank ye, kind. Much obliged. Cheers. You're much. You're much. Much. You're... Penny for a sick dog. Dog's still sick, you know. What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick. Go on, kiss a penny for a sick dog. Putty for a penny, you can sing him a love song and call him Mummy. Ah, another penny for a sick dog.
Well, hello.
You look down at the cart
As you will.
Keeping it together.
Back again, eh? Looking for anything in particular? Have it your way, mate.
he turns to his...
You bird man!
War's a brewing, my friend, and we may find ourselves on special prices for... War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit you,
Wouldn't you like to know?
woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing in my mind.
You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
He gives you a cool look, then rummages in his pocket. He hands you the contents.
That's your lot. Go on, then. Get lost.
Could be worse, you know. You're a delicate one, ain't you? Hope the smell don't drive you off.
The Silent Watcher's jaws...
Latest new! Many a latest, my friend. Ain't looking to... Don't need it.
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. I don't come to this again, who will?
Alexander was slain by Satan.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Yeah. I suppose the Magistrates will get rid of the boys woken anytime soon.
Doubt it. Now they've got that hellacious general in charge. What do they call it? The Axe?
The hammer. Time will tell, I suppose.
Bishop Alexander was slain by Satan. How rich can it last? Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. I don't come visiting Tuttle. Who will?
Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain
later then. Woke up this morning in a sweat. Can't get that thing out of my mind.
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
Back again, eh? Looking for anything in particular?
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
It's free to fair travels, friend.
Woke up this morning in a sweat.
The carved figure is a...
You made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about right now.
Easier said than done, Ada.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by Satans! One day, he knew the thought I am from the top. May the seven usher us to paradise against all odds.
Please, please, could you help me?
My friend, for Alexander, killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident. A valiant warrior against all hope destroyed. The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline.
If the Magisters ever come for you, what are you going to do
Most divine.
No Majesty's coming for me.
Wonder and wonders, seeking signs from the gods.
You better hope they never come for intolerant cobblers.
Seven usher us to paradise against all odds.
Ivan smiled.
Sitting here and suffering.
Just quiet. The path thus ended.
Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you. A lascivious smile spreads across his face.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? Exactly. And of your kin, there is one whom I believe to be talented above all of your kind. The price, I'm afraid, is not negotiable. We don't have anything else to do.
Usher us to paradise against all the odds.
She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck.
And that. Drink or shut up. Nothing like a glass of the goods.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle.
Bottoms up. It's a sad story about a lover who left me out cold. Names, mind your business. Cheers to you.
Her gaze swivels around.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Another. Psh, give me one good reason. Look. You don't need to do that.
She shows you the two swollen, angry red welts on the underside of her arm. She slaps them without finesse.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. I'll tell you. There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she's downstairs, and now I'm different. It's in her lips. It's in the magic. I changed the right way. And then, I think now, you understand how, sometimes you just want to be fine. Hey, Rudy, this guy says he's... Not all of us are so... Excuse me. Hey, Rudy.
My friends,
No,
for Alexandar the Innocent.
Can't talk now.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm smile.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for a lizard, but all the more impressive. You and my nails might even get along. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. Too bad. I taught that boy right. Abstinence and chast. And look at him now. A physician in the divine zone or... Anyhow, what can I get you?
This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, I look forward to beating the
Oh, pity. I've been trying to get a little something to eat all day. But the giggle head, after all I've been through, too.
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was...
No. Now here I sit. My closest companion gone. Our precious cargo worth... And the waiter won't even bring me any stew. Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, tell me, how are you with, well, Voidwoken? Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares. We made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. Very, very well, that's how. That cargo is worth more than a pretty penny, and I'll owe its... Now, give me your map. I can't tell you how thorough...
The conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title most divine? I ain't sure.
Please, sir, you should not be back here. It's not safe. Sharp knives, boiling liquids, short tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here. Now, please, I must insist. Cinnamon, not nutmeg. There's a food shortage in these parts. Fresh meat can be... Now, please, I must return to my work.
Him leaving to wait. The roads ain't any safer.
Didn't hear me the first time, eh? That'll be a hard no, dear. It's already mad as a bag of cats down there, and I've no intention of flinging another.
He grabs your hand eagerly and laughs as you execute the finicky end.
You're the right sort for downstairs, and no mistake. Hey, back away from the stairs or you'll find out it... Hold it. Papa no, you no go. Didn't hear me the first time, eh? That'll... It's already mad as a bag of cats.
Look at that. A fresh face.
Shrewd and sophisticated. Like any Druid.
Aye, so it is. But not just any Druid now. Further down's the arena, see? And the gladiator... I give them that. You could say that my darling herbs flower in the... So, if you're interested, Governor, all you have to do is use your imagination. How can I make you bloom? No problem. In return for a reasonable donation, that is.
Effie digs all kinds of outlandish herbs from out of the depths of many
Much obliged, Governor. And here's your blend. Just take it to that bit.
Watch him fight. Watch him. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't.
Can't talk now.
Smoke billows from this strange contraption.
Want a drink?
He grins and hands you a drink, full of good cheer.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh? One must stop to appreciate the good moments, right? And if this isn't a good...
Ifan looks around at the Undertavern. Contentment plain and...
Ah. Well, plenty of drinks to be had when the world's saved.
Ifan's eyebrows raise.
I'd say the same about you. I'm never lonely when you're...
Catching your signal, Ifan smiles.
Let's,
Are you worthy of my gift? If you swam your way here, I might consider that a notable... Surely you've accomplished something of note. Handsome. I must consider your merits before I answer your question. Very well. But... Hail, darling.
She draws.
Are you worthy of... Very well.
What do you want? Boss is busy. Loha, you've been living under a boulder. Stick around long enough and you will. Best to get on his good side early if you're new in town. Listen up. Don't waste his time. These are...
Come on. You're one of us, ain't you? Tell us what.
I brought you up from girl to woman, Marla. Like you was my own.
He lifts his right arm, showing a white bandage beneath his ribs. Oh.
This ain't the thanks I expected. Who sent you?
The formidable dwarf slams his fist on the side table. You hear...
Enough! Do you know they killed Anhar? Do ya? Start talking sense or I'll take that tongue right out. Bart, Cade, get her to talk or bleed her out. She ain't one of mine.
His sneer travels from the restrained dwarf to you.
And you. You better have a damn good reason for coming here. I hope for your sake you've got good news for me. You came into my house, bub. Not the other way around.
He winces loudly and holds a hand to the bandage on his side. The large red spot in its center has grown larger and wetter.
The best of the best. Taught her myself. Under the third ribbon out again, just like that. Lucky for me, she caught an old wound. Scar slowed down the knife. So, how'd you make it out of Fort Joy? I've got to say, here's one I heard lately. A group of strangers landed on the beaches outside town. Meister, you one of her little seekers? Chasing down Godwoken and begging them to save us all. That's so.
He leans back and narrows his eyes, looking you up and down.
You know, the order's been going on about Godwoken for an eon now. Voidwoken's still lurking, though. And they're still all in folks up. So if you are who you say you are, what's the point of you? Ah, I should have... And it just so happens I can help you. Depending on what you can do for me.
He gestures towards the bandage.
Had a bit of family trouble lately. My girl Marla got it in her head to come after me with a short blade. That ain't like Marla. Ain't like her to pull the silent treatment either. So, and wouldn't you know it, that blade she used wasn't any normal bit of steel. Guy's name is Mordus. Bit of a loner, but smart as hell. I sent a few guys to go check on him, see if he knew what had got into Marla, but no one can find him. I'd like a word with the guy. That'd be up to him, wouldn't it? No one's seen him in a good few. I got some people. Tell them I sent you, and they'll let you know what they've found. Truth is, they might be glad to see you. Good. One more thing. Like I said, Mordus is a sorcerer. If there's something you want to find out from him, you might want to ask before I have my word with him. Here, you can take this off my hands. More suited to your kind, real. Good luck.
It's all right.
You! Get your portion whence, not here.
Step off, lest you...
Working for the DO, I bet.
Did you know, or a...
Watch out for murder.
Down for a little scuffling and tussling. Let's see if you... That's the spirit. But I've got to tell you, you probably want to see Murga round the corner before you draw blood. She'll want to talk with you herself. On your way, then. Figure it's time to prove yourself. That's the... She'll want to talk with you herself before she'll assent to any... Well, you better... On your way, then. Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done. Full of pit... Murga's party... On your way, then.
In the shadows, a dwarven woman spits obscenities down upon a caged Voidwoken. She exudes a powerful air of menace,
More fodder for the arena. Let Murga the...
curling her torn lip back over broken teeth. She grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you.
Ha! Your science won't help you here. In the arena, you must be...
She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams your...
I bested that Voidwoken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there with my own 2 hands. So, since you can't hope to beat me, what is it you want down here? Ah, based on your performance so far, that's cute. But I shouldn't judge your baby steps. The lion judges not the pussycat, eh? Cute. Takes a whole... Ah! Go talk to the raucous one. Tell him I sent you, and he'll set you up for a challenge. Then, I'll knock your teeth.
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Is that so? Well, looks like the crowd'll get its money's worth. All right, just make sure to keep the blindfold on. You take it off, you lose the challenge. In any case, you're in for a treat, lass. Better than sweet cream stew on Lucian's Day. Who's coming along with you? It's your only chance, so put your...
your blindfold and nudges your nose with her own, laughing.
Nice to see the cub has some claws. You drew blood. Enough to know you're alive. And you proved yourself against my little challenge. So now, come on. Show me I'm alive. Talk to the raucous one.
She winks over her shoulder at you.
Merca's already got a challenge underway. Suppose you could always join the other contender if they're feeling generous. Nice show out there. You're smouldering, ya. Oh, this'll be a scotcher. Who you taking along? You only get this one chance, so keep your wits about you.
Looky, sorceress. Caged like a little ickle squirmy worm.
Merca blanches, jaw hardening as she steps backwards. It could be just a trick of the light, but it certainly looks like she's trembling with fear.
This is bad news, Cupcake. That's the spirit. You go ahead and soften him up for me. Hop to.
Flickering and glimmering in and out of sight in the gloom, Murga winks at you and then...
Just like last time, she runs to her little ickle-fading shadows. Won't save you. Can't save you.
Yes. Defending my title.
You ain't the one. Not yet. You gotta fight your allies if you want the spirit of the one to take notice. So, what'll it be? Eh? Thought at least one of you had it in you, but boy, I couldn't have been wronger.
Shame that you didn't.
Too bad things didn't work out for you. Keep your chin up, though. I'm sure your future's bright or something.
The tigers fly, the leopards lie, and you, oh! But I know you, don't I? I have seen you in the night.
You want an engraved invitation every time?
It's disgusting, that's what it is.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good.
You said it, Hilga.
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Yeah, right. I'm too busy right now to arrest you. But before you go, perhaps you can help us settle it. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends. But
Thatcher grins hella.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
They look at you expectantly. Thatcher bursts out laughing. Eden goes bright red.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting a mag.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected. Thatcher looks amused.
Disrespecting one magister's enough. Go on.
She turns back to her drink. With a dip of her head, she...
Who rings the bell?
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's...
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I with the ship is in the locker. On the bot, and yet...
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
What the devil are you staring at?
Your beard, my lord. It seems less lush somehow.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems.
Iffin bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Iffin waves his hand, and the man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Iffin claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roos thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract.
But, of course, I should hold my tongue and stand...
Better watch yourself, lass. Got greedy eyes on you. Sets me on edge.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Gonna be hell dragging them coffers to Arx. Gonna be hell getting to Arx. Gonna be...
Of course it's not true. My lord, one. I'm not in love with you.
What the devil are you staring at?
Your beard, my lord. It seems less lush somehow.
It's as lush as it's always been. Now train your eyes on my treasures, not my person.
Yes, my lord.
I've never been so embarrassed. Of course it's not true.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he...
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see...
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance.
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
His eyes open, but he...
Sawdust and wolves, mother. Sawdust...
His eyes open...
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, mother.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but... He goes back to sleep.
Spooky. Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
That's quite all right, my lord.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
I've never been so embarrassed. Of course it's not true.
The chest won't open.
Speak the word, and I shall open. Speak the word. No. 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 Still no. I am already closed. I did not understand. Do you? I am a chest. Is your buffalo unwell? Do not profane. Speak the word, and this seems likely. Yes, you could. An excellent.
The chest still won't open.
No. I am. No, still no. I am an excellent. I am under attack. For your safety, step away. Explosion imminent. Please stop. Butter.
Should I check the cupboards for ogres?
That's quite all right, Lord.
Here now. When one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see. Have you a reason for barging into my room, madam? No harm done. Still, I may as well. Travels, you say? And
he laughs.
Of all, I am travelling, yes. To Ark. I'm a wealthy man. The merchant's burden, you see. He must escort his merchandise, always. I go because, that said, I do have more, as a merchant, music. If there's anything else you need, know you're all...
Doesn't this room... But, of course,
Perhaps I am already mad.
She buries her head in her hand.
Make it stop. The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I can see a got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust. I see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Why do you shiver so? This room is temperate enough, is it not?
Quite so, my lord. Quite so.
You got that right,
The
Hilka.
atmosphere.
You got that right.
Spooky.
And I'm saying...
Spooky? Pull yourself together, man. Or should I check the cupboards for ogres?
That's quite all right, my lord.
Right about that. Right as rain.
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? There's a chill in the air, a deeper darkness in the shadows.
Right about that.
But, of course,
Gotta pick who you can trust.
What on earth is that noise?
You got that right.
It's a shame it is.
An absolute shame.
Gossip? Oh, we poor Alex.
It ain't right.
It ain't right.
You said...
Yes, of course. Of course, my lord.
Alexandar the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most...
They were right about me. I'm just another useless elf.
Normally I'd argue with you, but you do have a certain look about you. Very well. But if I am to write a first-rate work, you must...
He stares at you for a few
Let's cut to the chase, lizard. Your kind has built an empire on the backs of slaves, reaping the rewards of the innocent's toil. Do you condemn your kin?
It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something.
He smiles a crooked smile and runs a...
It isn't just slaves that suffer, though, is it? You eternally seek perfection, though offer no room in the creaking empire machine to the sage or the savant. What say you?
Useless. Bloody useless. Might as well have rotted in the death throng. What's even the point?
This superiority complex, this haughtiness, so cold. Others see you for what you truly are. Monsters. Loveless, heartless, ruthless. You know it to be true.
Useless. Bloody useless.
The bard hems and haws, then...
To all lovers of verse, I bring glorious news. They're social lords. I never would.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps...
What are you doing, elf? Trying to get a drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat? I'm no elf. Don't you call me that.
The elf glares and pulls aside his ragged red clothing. Beneath it, his chest is laced with a series of scars. Lord War...
You see that, elf? That's Magister flesh. Loyal flesh that's made sacrifices for a true cause. You have more in common with... Seven preserve me. Are you entirely ignorant, elf? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor. The Magisters are all I know, all I want. I turned my back on everything else when I joined them. My name, my blood, I have to help them. 3 Magisters missing so far, and the rest are hunting for some sorcerer called Higba, a bloody tinkerer. He might be a greedy little junk peddler, and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing Magisters. They won't listen to me. Not anymore.
The elf nods, stoically.
Exactly. I'm convinced that this tavern holds the key. It's full of scum and degenerates. The true culprit could easily hide them. I have to keep investigating. Keep the pressure up. The culprit will make a mistake eventually. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. What? I serve with utter loyalty now and forever. Now get away from me and don't...
You can stay there with the dirty lizards and...
Come on. Lives are at stake.
Take that, sorcerer.
You're dead, Alexander.
Here, missus. Alexander doesn't have to stay dead, does it? Hey, are you...
See? You won't put a...
Come on,
I'm
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't just...
You've been warned, Barnes. Now get out of my...
The Magister turned.
There's a sorcerer somewhere in this worm-ridden dump. Have you seen Lucian's teeth? Where is that? If you see anything suspicious, anything at all, report it to me. He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. Our brother started vanishing as soon as he fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find...
A flicker of pain appears...
I knew those magist now.
There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under there smells real bad. It smells evil.
Are you joking?
Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails.
See here, Eld. I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping fish to Arks. Now, please, there's the door. Your kind obviously lacks the sophistication to understand basic business principles, but it may interest you.
A dark shadow passes across his face.
Sometimes it finds you. That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect. You take me for a fool? Good day to you. Don't let the... Fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping... That's privileged information. I have a trade. An excellent point. Well made. The answer to your question is, unsurprisingly, a man in a house. A man in a house buys all the void-tainted fish I can send it.
That dark shadow crosses his face once...
Not that I've ever met the man. Not sure I want to, if I'm honest. When you've been in business as long as I have, you learn not to question these things too closely. Now I'll... You're still here. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the magisters.
If I ever go to Arks, I'm staying away from this black house.
Ain't no one been standing together since Lucian died. Ain't been no goodwill among your kind, or mine, or anyone else's since the Reds have been in charge. glad to hear you say it. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em, you mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting unspoiled fish. Fugitive. I don't think that's something I should be discussing with strangers. Because I don't intend to end up with me lips stitched together, that's what. No, I shan't be baited. Godspeed, buggered fine.
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering.
This fella runs along, right? Sweating, panicking. Red's hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. But what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. They're trying to kill me. Or worse, drag me off to Fortune. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I have no idea. I only arrived in town a few days ago. I've sold a few items to Grandmaster Kem in Arx. I was just sitting in the tavern, minding my own business, and the Magister started screaming at me.
You hear a quiet sob from the fish.
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything. So you help. You get me out of here. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being, please. I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Thank you. Bye, Lucian. I'll follow your lead. But please, be careful.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
This must be the place Lohar mentioned. It be wary. That hound has a nose for sauce.
You found him! Excellent.
The Magister steps forward with a smile.
What? No, you said you'd help. You promised.
You utter fool.
And? What news?
Halt! The hound smells sauce on you. Plenty of it, by the sound of them. Haven't got a collar for you. I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave. Hounds, at the ready. Look, I don't want to do this, but I've got orders. Attack!
last, I can breathe again. At last! I was sure I'd die in that wretched place. You have my thanks. If not for you, I probably would have been found. I can't just saunter away. Who knows what might be lurking in the place? But once I'm sure the way's clear, I'm running to Ox like a cat with its tail on fire. I'm done with this stinking town. Please, I can't just let you walk away. Here, take this scroll as a gift.
A damp, scale-covered roll of paper emerges.
In fact, that's what started all the trouble in the first place. The Magisters nearly lost their minds when they saw me with it. In the kitchens of the tavern, of all places. That cook had it. I thought she was an idiot selling it so cheap. Then again, I'm the dolt who ended up in a barrel. But if she has Magister artifacts, I swear, one...
She calmly opens her left eye, then...
What do you want?
The dwarf unfolds her arms and shoots to her...
All right, lizard. Right, glad Lohar ain't left us here to wither. Those brutes are taking their sweet time down there. I gotta send word soon. Who knows? Anything that gives away what Mordus has been up to. Probably got all sorts of tricks for that weird priest's been hanging around. Those half-wits, get to it then. But tell the Lunker...
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently poking its innards with his knife.
Fascinating. Oh, my. I mean, no,
With a small grin.
Indeed I am. Times are hard. Yes, as it happens. Well, on your way then. You again? Had second thoughts about my little offer? Do as I ask, and you'll be amply rewarded, I guarantee. Wonderful. Now, there's 3 samples that I...
The fish instantly churns your insides. Your vision blurs to reveal towering horrors. The void woken, gathered before a silhouetted figure. Your perspective abruptly changes. The dwarf suddenly...
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boots. The dwarf leans in and peers intently.
Spontaneous delusions. Speaking of which, I've learned a great deal from observing you. I owe you a great debt.
The dwarf puffs up his chest.
The fish is indeed malignant. Elves are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Perhaps a touch more vivid in their hallucinations, but otherwise... Ah, yes. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Quite a cunning breed. Often used in concoctions to... Who is to say how such a creature... Seek out somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. So, now my work must continue. My thanks once again, stranger. My findings are very
Bugger off, I'm busy.
Fish is still the favourite. Oh, lose it all.
I'll yield to none.
Careful now. That's a trap.